What is happening, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero, and welcome to the postseason press conference for the Hanamura Hotshots. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of the team in the lobby right now. Just from top to bottom, we have Agreed, the sub-main saying Camop, the manager, MKey, the main support, Astra, another main support, Glacial, Flex DPS, and Pascal, the Flex support. Might have a few more trickling in here and there.
We're speaking?
Yes.
What did you just say? Can you rewind? I didn't pick it up.
No, dude,
No,
you're so funny, dude. You're so funny.
I'm not.
So,
I'm not laughing. I'm not trying to make a joke. I genuinely didn't hear what happened.
I just did the intro, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
So we'll hop in. We have about 6 questions here, and I'll probably throw in a few extra general questions to pad time a little bit. Get a few extra thoughts from you guys. Shouldn't be too long though. Last one was about 20 minutes or so. I figure this will be about the same. So the first question, Flawless would like to know, why didn't you let Flawless start on DPS?
I mean, it wasn't his role, and we had stellar DPS to begin with, so...
I mean, isn't it a joke question though? You
Yes.
should probably give a joke answer.
It's because Flawless smells bad.
It's because Flawless was really good. Like, he was genuinely the best DPS in the
Funny
league.
story, we were actually gonna run Flawless
Yeah,
on
we
DPS in a match. We actually were going to, but then like the one map that we had like designed for him just didn't get picked. So
we designed
Yeah,
that.
well, I mean, like,
You're gonna have Flawless.
Yeah.
but then we just 3-0'd and they picked the wrong map for him, so we just didn't play him.
yeah, that kind of sucks. Because we know he would have been better than the Mark Chow.
We were gonna have Flawless play. It was Torb on Anubis.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, like
Torb.
an alpha.
Torb on
Anubis. And for some reason they picked Hanamura instead.
Oh, losers.
Whack.
Shake my head.
SMH my head.
So with the preseason power rankings, next question. This one's anonymous, by the way. With the preseason power rankings, you guys were obviously rated incredibly high.
Astra number 1.
How did
Astra
how did
number
that affect your mentality going into the first couple games?
I mean, none of us believed that we were where
yeah,
we
none
were
of us
ranked.
believe, especially considering how we were number 1 because of me. Shout out Caitlyn.
Plus, there was another thing with our team was kind of built for the meta that was around during the draft, which
Double
wasn't
shield.
the same meta that was there at the games. So that
Yeah.
kind of led to us falling apart very largely for the first
Yeah.
bunch of games until we actually got used to the meta again.
I mean, like, they had to. This is from an outside perspective because I wasn't on the team at this point. But we would refer to them as a double shield team because you guys are really good at double shield. But then the moment Brawl came into play, it's like you guys basically shut down, and it was like not bueno, basically.
Yeah.
Interesting. So speaking of like the early season in the draft, you guys picked up quite a few like lower SR players. Silver Star comes to mind. I think you picked up Schaffler later on, both of which who were low to mid masters at best. So like, what was your thought process with that? Were they just like not so much charity cases, but like cases where you wanted to take these lower level players and make them better, or did you actually see something in them as specialists?
Especially folks like Solar Star, they did a lot better than higher SR players in the tryouts, and obviously we didn't really have the opportunity to let them play much because just the other teams had so much more talent than just showed up to try out in general, so we couldn't really pick up who we didn't know.
All right.
That's fair. I mean, I don't even know how I got picked up in the first place. I felt like I was a really big question mark. I was about 3,700 peak when I first.
Bro, we
Dude,
dude, I'm not. No, sorry.
do you, if you guys watched the draft, and when I got picked up, the chat was fucking hilarious. Like, it was send, I'll send you a screenshot if you want to like show it. If I can find it.
You're talking to the guy that protected Chuggy J on DPS. Granted, I love Chuggy, but nobody was gonna pick up him.
Actually, I sent you the screenshot of when I got drafted.
Oh, I remember
It's
the
it's
chat. I think
It's the funniest shit.
going off on a small tangent, like I think a lot of people from Snowball kind of overestimated your abilities because like, oh, he was the best main support.
Actually, Dragon North.
Yeah.
The snowball managers just did not know the difference.
I see now.
Well, I think like a lot of people, like players in Snowball, were like, "Oh my god, he was the best support in Snowball." It's like, yeah, but this is a whole different caliber of player. Like, you know, when you're versing like Baz, Mythology, it's kind of in a different league.
It's like Snowball was a Diamond to Masters tournament, and some of the players this season, halfway through the season, have went into either like top OD or low like contenders trials. Like these guys are fucking insane compared to like. No offense, the Snowball guys that literally just joined the league and were basically a Masters league. It's such a contrast that you can barely adjust, and that's how I felt my first season too.
And Snowball was kind of sus.
Matter of fact, I was a Community Snowball Cup Season 0 champion.
Wow, man.
I didn't know.
You were on Blueprint for like one day, and you messaged me. You were like, "Nah, I don't want to do this no more."
Yeah, I got traded overnight, dude. I was like, yeah, not having that.
Yeah, Blueprint was the best team though. Me on Moira when I was at my peak. GM, the Deefy.
What can I say? My man's a legend.
And the Nope 3 charging to the backline, and you fall on him. Triggered, yelling for heals 90% of the time. Me healing him. You know the vibes.
Alright, anyways, getting back to Hanamura. So you guys had quite a few changes mid-season in particular. I see a few of them here. Like you picked up MK, you picked up Agreed, picked up Northern, Pascal, went from being a coach. What were your thought process behind like some of the bigger pickups there for the mid-season?
Well, what we did have left.
Yeah, I mean, some people like wanted to leave, so we just had to fill the spots, and then we got MK for the Lucio player.
A lot of it was like flawless. You kind of planned the whole thing out.
Yeah, I actually wasn't really around when we got a lot of these pickups, or there was like 3 days of turmoil after, I think, was it the Flock match? Or
Yeah.
I think we lost the Flock match, and then Pascal like just left as a coach entirely, and then we picked up like MK Northern, I think, and then we had to get Pascal. We had tried our hardest to get Pascal as a player because Swift left too. So we lost like Swift client, and then I think after like a week we also lost Flaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think we picked up Akanji too during that time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think it was like Northern. I think Flawless knew you, right? I don't know really. What's the background?
Yeah, he just found me on the Overwatch Open Division.
Yeah.
Discord.
And me, I think I literally hit exactly 3,500, and I went to HH Bugs. Like, yeah, I don't. It was like, I think you know the situation and wait what and how I want to leave, and like, I think I was just like fuck it, and I just wanted to go and just try for advance and see how it is. I think I did pretty well. I think
we were lucky that we were very hungry for a Lucio player.
I think when I first saw you was at Goats Only Pugs. I think you were.
Yeah, I went to Goats and
I just remember you were feeding really hard, but half the time you killed their DPS or our DPS. You never killed
partners.
Half the time. So I thought, we can take a chance on this.
It was better than running Joshua Lucio for every game, so
Yeah.
And me. I was the Lucio player. But we do not talk about that.
I was picked up because I'm just a League 0 veteran, dude. I'm just the best player in this league. I don't know what to say.
Best player.
That's my ego. That's straight up my ego. That's just my ego.
I think we had like a poll in the server, like, did you pick up Agreed or no? Everyone's like, why not? Just picking up.
I think I was the only one that was down for it from like the beginning.
Yeah, and no. After it was like a 2 to 4 vote, and it was like a 2 to 4 vote, and then they tried me out, and everybody else really liked me. Like everybody liked me like after that. I think it was like the only people who said no were Hamlock, Joshua, and MK. Pretty sure.
I think Agreed, after a while, Agreed just became our mental health coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you guys had the fucking shittiest mentals I've ever seen in my life. Especially like Joshua and MK. You guys actually flamed hard in game. Except for
that is not incorrect.
I mean, we had like 10 coaches, and none of whom wanted to stay for more than like 4 days. So
Yeah, Pascal.
pretty great.
I mean, like, we also didn't like. I feel like we just didn't aim high enough. Like, we kind of just sat where we were comfortable, which is not how we improve.
I don't think we were really that serious about it, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we definitely evolved more into like a friend group than
What's it called? If the Ophelia signing went through and he actually played in that last match, I would have been the only player that has been a starter the entire season for Exchange.
all I gotta say is halfway through the season, I stopped coming to scrims because I became a crack addict. I'm sorry to tell you guys. I just became.
Wait.
It was the crack. I was in the crack den every night with my crack board, and just every night in and out. I'm sorry, guys.
So you weren't on it before. It's what you're saying.
I can't understand what he's saying.
Can I just ask what happened to Ophelia? Because I know he just kind of
dipped.
He just kind of left. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do it.
Oh wait, was that the one fucking dude that's the one scrim got on the team that just fucking left, just dipped?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
To be honest.
He wasn't. No, you guys were like, he's okay. I'm like, no, he's ass cheeks. You can't believe me. You guys never believed me, and I'm sad.
Well, I mean, the thing is Tiny didn't even want to like play the game, so it's like we kind of just needed. And then Silver was. This is when Silver was kind of AFK too, so it was. We kind of just.
Oh my god! It's a legend. It's a legend. Flawless. It's the Torb God.
It's the Torb God Flawless.
Oh my god.
Bow. We must bow. We must bow our heads. I'm getting up from my chair and bowing.
Yo, dude, I'm laughing so hard right now, dude. I can't even breathe. Oh my god. Wow.
Okay, anyways.
Shut the fuck up, Ashtray. You're an Ashtray.
Dude, I literally stopped talking for 5 seconds, dude. You actually so delayed.
I don't know. My brain turns off sometimes.
Sometimes.
Flawless managed the team for the second most out of anyone.
Yeah, Flawless was just the best player on our team. He was just a great man. Flawless, you can leave for a second if you want to.
Okay, dude.
Flawless was just the greatest manager, you know, he's basically the greatest helper around the house.
You weren't even around when he was managing.
Yeah, you were.
He was a great companion. He's a great companion. Flawless, you can leave now. You know, just the best Ryan player I've ever seen. Like, I think there was countless times where he blew me. He was just a superior player.
I want to see Creed versus Flawless Ryan.
Just the best player.
Anyways, I got another question.
Next question.
Okay, calm down, everybody.
So, you guys obviously dealt with a lot of toxicity in your division. Shocker, I know, in the advanced division. But were there any teams that you felt...
Shut the fuck up, Bakri! Don't tell that shit already.
Okay, wait.
Let out K, agreed, dude. Let him talk.
I'm just gonna do that real quick. Anyways,
good idea.
Were there any teams that you felt in your division were actually nice or reasonable? Let me unmute. Agreed now.
Goats?
It was irony, Akri. It was irony.
I think Goats Only was kind of like a lot like us. Like they kind of.
Guangzhou was pretty good though.
Towards the end of the season, they kind of just gave up or like was just chilling. It's like kind of like us.
Yeah, I think the gangsters were also chill.
Easy Clap is chill if you're not trying against them.
Oh yeah, our match against Easy Clap, I think, completely
really
changed our opinion of them.
We got a religious study from Yusuf. It was nice.
I think towards the end, Newt, we kind of like the Newt kind of were chill. At the beginning, we didn't really like them because of like one scrim. That was,
it was like 3 scrims.
The scrim.
You weren't there.
3 different ones.
I was there. The scrim where we got it was like Kygo and someone else banned.
Oh bullshit!
I remember the scrum when Kygo was losing 1v1 to Silver Star.
That wasn't against Newt though. That was against
That was when he was on Buck. Yeah.
That's what Newt. Because wait,
are you good?
You remember?
Oh yeah.
I'm summoning my demons.
I think he was ringing. Like,
Please mute him again.
I turned him down.
I agree.
It's irony, Mom. I'm not racist.
What?
I don't know, just
Where do
ignore
we
them.
get to racism all of a sudden?
Anyways, now I got a few other general questions for you. Just think I can get some interesting answers out of you. So what would you say your biggest regret is from this season?
Joining.
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 No, I think
Actually-
all of us, our biggest regret is just like actually not having fun for the whole season. I think we had a way better time when we just had fun, you know, instead of actually trying.
Yeah, scrimming other teams, not League Zero.
Yeah, those were
think
fun.
True.
We had a good time overall, but like
Yeah,
I don't know. Like the last 2 weeks, we just kind of took it easy and had fun, and it was a lot better
I
experience.
agree.
Yeah, like
And we actually, I
like-
think we actually did better than if we were actually trying, to be honest.
True.
Just
yeah,
didn't-
like that match against GGG, like that was pretty evident that we shouldn't have like taken that too hard. I think at that point we realized that like maybe, and the flush match is also a sign.
Then again, if I didn't join, I wouldn't have met all of these.
Yeah, I don't really have
Amazing
many
people.
regrets actually. I think that
Yeah.
this
My life.
this team's pretty like everybody on the team is pretty cool, pretty chill. Made a lot of friends from it. We didn't have the most successful season, but I mean, I'd say the team was a success.
You don't have to be nice to these guys.
Shut.
You just say you're
Agree. I'm not talking about you.
You're just saying you're happy for me, man. It's okay.
Why is this mic so bad?
You know,
I
the
don't
one
know.
thing about Hanamura that was actually kind of special compared to the other advanced teams was that it was probably the most alive team outside of like scrims and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely their most active server.
I think we hung out the most like
Yeah.
outside scrims. Like
We still talk in our group chat like a lot daily.
Yeah, we still use. Yeah, it's a group chat. It's not like a team chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait.
You guys have nothing on me. Me and Andrew fuck in the backyard all the time.
I
don't.
I cannot
Yo.
possibly comprehend what the Greed is saying, but it's probably wrong.
My hung job work, bro.
I turned him down to like 50% volume.
Yeah, me
so
too.
I can just I can hear that he's talking, but it's not so suffocating anymore.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of what you guys were just saying,
Getting
though,
worse. How's it getting worse?
I think our biggest regret as a team was definitely against Newt not being able to play the flawless Torbjorn. I think that was a little bit of a regret.
Deeply unfortunate moment.
Honestly, yeah, I was kind of hyped to see it.
Yeah, I was too, dude.
I kind of wanted to see what would happen, but
All I know.
Did
we
we
should
have
have
like
just
a
ranked
remote for it?
Hanamura. Anyways, going off of what you guys just said, like, what specifically did you guys do for like team bonding exercises outside of the game?
oh,
Jackbox.
Jackbox. We played Risk a lot. We played a lot of random games. We just kind of, I don't know.
We played a lot of
We just
quick
kind of
play
hung
at
out.
2
It was like,
a.m.
more of a friend group than a team.
I forget who it was.
Oh my god, I
I
can't take anything you said
You never get
seriously, dude.
Please
I can't take
don't read 'em.
anything.
I do remember there were frequent HH quick play stacks in the AM.
That's true. That's true.
Was it you
Right
guys
on.
that ran into the flock, like in quick play?
Yeah, that
stats?
was weird.
Yeah.
No, what's funny is that was like before our easy clap match, so we already like didn't care at all. So it was like,
We had no warm up scrim, so
And
we're just gonna
what's
six
funny-
stack quick play.
that
When
was
we
our
got
first
that.
ever scrim against the flock. We never.
It was.
Okay, I can't.
Like, we just six stack quick play and we just got into the game with them.
The one team bonding moment that I remember and that I liked the most was when I think it was me, Joshua, Glacial, MK, and Bakanje just chilling in the team chat at like 2 a.m. and we're doing like math puzzles, trying to find out what states and stuff.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of like,
Oh yeah.
you know those like maps, like you have to like name all the countries on a map or something.
Oh, me and
Yeah,
Bakanje
God.
dominated that.
Oh yeah, I
That's weird.
remember that.
Dude, Bakanje is so insane that
Bakanje's
I
insane,
don't
like,
understand.
Bro, I beat Bakanje in that,
Remember when he
dude.
found Pascal's house and Joshua's house?
Oh yeah, he found how he lived.
Oh yeah, we had speedruns.
Oh, and
on Google
Northern.
Maps to
It took
find
a lot.
He
each
found
other.
my house too.
Bakanje did
Yeah, that's,
speedruns on
that's,
Google
just,
Maps.
that's just kind of creepy though.
He speedran Joshua's house 4 different times.
Oh yeah, the Kanye found everybody's house. That's funny.
And agreed. And I think
Yeah,
Tiny
Tiny
and
Moo.
Virgil.
Tiny Moo was me. Tiny Moo was somebody else watching Common Rider in like the fucking general chat at random times. think it was like late at night after scrims. We were just watching shit that I should.
One of my favorite things was when MK first got put into our team, when he went on to Rialto and decided to go for the boop off the bridge, and then ended up dying every time in scrims. Every single time he ended up dying, dude.
Dude,
I couldn't deal with it.
So scared, man.
I had to train MK like a dog.
Yeah, like the first few weeks when I was like just getting into it, dude, like I had no clue what I was doing.
All right. Well, the last
And then,
question I got for you guys is, what's your favorite memory from this season?
Dorado.
The new match.
draft.
The new match.
Just the draft in general.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's the match against Ghosts only.
I think the
on
easy clap match.
Dorado, where we had that whole.
What the?
For me, it has to be the new match because after going 0-4 and then just like suddenly having a team rebuilt around me and then beating a decent team was like, it felt really good.
Yeah, if we genuinely have to say what our best one is, I would say Newton's match. I was very happy.
Oh, and the Northern East. That was kind of dope.
And it was when I took up and managing, bro.
Oh, and also on the Ghost Match map 4 when we had that hold. That was just like after we got that hold, we're like, okay, even if we lose this, like honestly, that was pretty sick. I
remember we were talking about like, you know, even if we lose this or whether we win this or lose this, we all had fun, and that's.
It was a good match.
Well, I mean, win or lose, I was still benched, so.
We did full hold Ghost only with 3 minutes left, so I think that was pretty impressive.
I think I was like.
Time.
I think I was sleeping during that match. I don't know.
I think all of us were.
All right. Well, thank you guys for showing up for this 20 some odd minute thing. Do you have any closing statements you'd like to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you tried any harder, that would have turned into like a metal scream. Like.
Oh, someone say, wait, what was it? Oh, yeah.
A soundboard for it.
Yeah, this is our final message. Is Joshua would have blocked that.
Joshua would have blocked it.
Wait.
Actually, you know my final message to every single countdown.
What?
Okay, you don't have to say it twice. You already said it.
Yeah, you already said it once, bro.
Wanted to
He's
do it
playing
twice.
a soundboard.
Closing sound.
Okay, well, thank you all for tuning into this. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
Hanamura Hotshots, #1 team.